what's up guys, it's your girly Martin and welcome to episode 1 of my handicapping vlog. The whole purpose of me doing this vlog is basically so you guys can follow me throughout my entire betting journey. Whether I win or lose, you're there for everything. So the first thing I'm going to go over is my bankroll management. The way I approach my bankroll management is slightly different than how other people approach it. I do have an Excel sheet, that way I can track how much money I'm making and also track my record. So for example, for me, my winnings of the week, I'll add that into things in my personal life like food, groceries, rent, anything like that. And I've never ever felt like I was suffering or upset with my money. So again, that's another personal thing that I do with my money, is set a budget per week and actually put aside money that you win from or that you make a profit from. I will mess up a lot of times. I just feel like or be like, what the hell am I saying? I feel like I'm the only person I know that does this. They don't really save money by doing that unless they're constantly winning, you know? Just because I know friends that have like, no, I'm gonna get into like this whole story. I can't do this. I literally have a friend that will bet like $10,000 a week, and like it got to the point where he was down like $80,000 just because he was like messing around with it and not saving any money and just putting it to the next week, putting it to the next week, putting it to the... Dude, you're blowing away $80,000. But fortunately right now he is up because he scored big for the golf tournament. So he's up like 60,000 from one bet. But that's not good bankroll management. You have to get lucky for it to come out like that. That's why I set a budget per week, and every week I do make a profit. So, and I'm not hurting my bank account, and I'm not worried about being down thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, so budget. Very important for bankroll management. Another thing I want to cover is what books I use. I use 2 books, and for those of you that do watch my UFC show every week, you will know that I use Bet Online for almost everything. I love Bet Online. They have great odds. Their odds are always out early, and they're just a clean book. I've never had an issue with Bet Online. The second book that I like to use would be Heritage. Heritage also provides great lines, and they're a very clean book, very pleasing to my eye because it's like a dark page kind of. It's like black with like gold, and I really love that for some reason. So yeah, the 2 books that I'm going to be using, especially for this vlog, would be Bet Online and Heritage. So basically every week I'm going to break down every single thing that I do to get to where I'm at with my picks. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what my picks are because I'll leave that for another video, but you'll see my whole process. So I'm going to start off right now with what my most important sites are. You can look at my screen. This is my most favorite site, rotoworld.com. It has all the NFL team headlines, injury reports. They'll give you updates like right away. You can see what the injury is, how long they're out for, if they're questionable, if it's for 3 to 4 weeks. They'll give you trades. They'll give you who showed up for practice. Literally everything you need to know for NFL you can find at rotoworld.com, and I love RotoWorld. The second site, and you can see it on my screen, it will be footballoutsiders.com. I love footballoutsiders.com because I love efficiency ratings. And if you saw my videos from last year, you would see that, yes, I do love my efficiency ratings. Efficiency ratings are for offense, for defense, or overall team efficiency. And I think it's really important. It ranks all the teams. And you can also find this useful for college football. But again, I use this mainly for NFL. And for my last main site, I'm going to talk about this in a non-biased way, and that would be SBRodds.com. I think SBR Odds is a very useful tool, especially if you like shopping around for different odds. The page is very clean, it has the games lined up, and has every single top book listed with their odds right next to each other. So again, you're not gonna miss anything. And also what's cool about it is if you stay on the page, you can watch the lines fluctuate. They'll change right before your eyes. So again, very useful tool. Now let's get into UFC. I'm only gonna talk about a couple sites for UFC. So ESPN MMA. It's very hard, especially right now, finding an up-to-date schedule because of all the changes being made, and I have realized that ESPN MMA is always on top of their scheduling. So, ESPN scheduling, great tool. They also have wonderful stats. And another thing that I really like about ESPN MMA, especially when a fight is going on, if you're not able to watch the fight at that time and you pull up the MMA, the schedule, and you click on the fight, as the fight's going, you will see the picture of the person highlight in red where they're getting hit. And I just find that very pleasing to my eye because it's just like red, 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 red. I don't know. I think it's very cool. Second site I use that is my favorite that I'm always on would be SureDog.com. SureDog has all the stats you need. Okay, it breaks down how the fighter won, how the fighter lost, like percentage, win percentage of knockout or TKO, win percentage of submissions, decisions. And then it also has past fights where you can see who the fighter fought, where they fought it, who the ref was, what the decision was. It just has so much information that you need, and there is the scheduling on there as well. And I've always found that SureDog and ESPN are always matching. So again, these are very trustworthy sites. And the last thing I want to point out for UFC, I think it's very, very, very important to watch full fights and highlight clips. I think the full fights are more important than the highlights because then you can see the entire duration of a fight and how well or bad a fighter performs. The highlights only show like obviously their best moments, but you always want to see their worst moments as well. And I'll get more into that stuff next week. But those are the main things that I used for my breakdowns. Be sure to go to SBR's YouTube page at SBR Sports. You'll be able to find my top 5 NFL picks and also my weekly UFC show with David Manning and Matt Ryan where we break down the entire main card for each week. And also, if you guys did not know already, SBR has a hub page for both NFL and UFC. For NFL, you can go to sbrpicks.com/NFL. And for UFC, you can go to sbrpicks.com/UFC. And also be sure to tune in next week for my next episode where I'm going to go more in depth with my picks for the week and just go over the past picks, how I broke down everything to get to where I'm at. So I hope to see you guys next week.